Hey everybody, check it out. What's up? It's Hercules Porsche's professional intro. Yay!
Hey, what's up everybody? Hercules Porsche here, also known as Goldenlock on Xbox Live, and in today's video, we're going to be showing you how to control R2-D2. And as you saw there in the start, of course I just walked up to him as infantry, held down X, that's how it took control. Of course it always helps to have a personal shield. And now, there are a bunch of tips I'm going to give you about how to control R2-D2, but the most important, the absolute most important tip for controlling R2-D2 is to pick the correct path through the Death Star. Absolutely the most vital. You do not want to pick a path that is too open and exposed. There's a path on like all the way on the left. If you take that path, you will probably cost your team the game. And over here, this path that I'm about to show you is pretty open and exposed as well. So I've decided not to go over there as well. But the most important thing you need to do is pick the correct path for R2-D2. But yeah, just as stated before, that path that's all the way over on the left side is a very bad place for R2-D2 to go, so definitely avoid it. It could cost your team the game. But of course, we should talk about R2-D2's abilities here today. Firstly, he has his scans, which are on the left bumper, and you should be using that ability very frequently because these scans are scans your entire team can see. So they help your team out a lot. Definitely do them very frequently. On the right bumper, you have an overheat. So if there are any troopers in the open, might as well overheat them. Give your team a little advantage by doing that. And lastly, with holding the Y button, we have the smoke, which I think kind of feels like it's just mostly for fun. But if you combine it with the scan, you could potentially help your team, since you'd be scanning through that smoke and giving your team a bit of a visibility advantage. Now, R2-D2 does not get taken down in the same fashion that other units get taken down. I'm sure you've seen it. If his health runs out, he ends up in a state where where you get prompted to mash X. So if that happens, definitely mash X as far as possible. While you're in this state, you can use all of the other abilities, but you won't be able to move until you mash X, and that will restore some of your health and allow you to keep moving again. And you can see I'm doing it here. Unfortunately, you are vulnerable during this period, and that is the problem. So, yeah, while you're being prompted to mash X, if a stormtrooper comes up to you and holds down their X button, they restrain you, and you go back to playing a regular soldier. And R2-D2 stops moving, which is not great for your team. But as you can see, I'm back as regular infantry, making my way back to R2. I was pretty lucky that I only had to do it once this game, but if you're playing R2, typically you'll probably have to, you know, go back and rescue R2 at least a couple times. Also, there was one ability I forgot to mention. On the right trigger, if you press that button, there is a little electric tool that R2 will put out, and it can stun enemies. I don't use it too much because you've got to orient R2 just right, and then most of the time, if there's troopers in the open, I've already overheated them anyway. But it's handy to know that there is an extra ability there with that right trigger, but I wouldn't focus on it too much because you got to get the aiming just right. Do not fall in the pit here, guys. There's a pit to that right side. If you fall in it, you cost your team the game. But as you can see, I've successfully extracted R2. And that is how you win Phase 2 as the Rebels. Very important someone on your team knows how to do that. I hope you guys found this information useful. Let me know if you took control of R2 and led your team to victory in the comments below. And until next time, everybody, I shall see you Starside.